2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Josh Richardson.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. The 4 and the 5, it's Johnson and Pirtle. Then there's DeJounte Murray. And it's Vassell in at the small forward position. And for Los Angeles, the guard spots filled by Jackson and George. Post tandem for him, Zubac. And it's Batum in at the 3. And Greg, as the playoffs loom in the distance, for those teams who have overachieved in the regular season, how do they ensure that their success continues in the postseason?
Well, listen, the skeptics will remain. And you've got to understand the playoffs are a different animal. You have to be resilient and adaptable. And when that adversity hits, that's when your focus has to rise. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
The San Antonio Spurs able to put the first points up on the board. Here's Jackson, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on DeJounte Murray.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
The free throw drops for Jackson. And so Jackson nails both of them. Here's Primo, who's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Pass to Vassell. Shot clock at 6. With the drive, and that one goes out of bounds. Touched by Zubac.
San Antonio ball.
About a minute played so far here in the first. Primo. The Clippers grab the miss. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
Yeah, they took advantage of some porous defense in that one. Really got the shots they wanted.
Give them some credit. I'll tell you this. They caught an opponent on a very off night defensively, and you take advantage. Simple as that.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
Well, major height disadvantage. He recognizes that and still able to score it.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the bucket by the Spurs. George passes to Jackson. Zubac, a screen on Murray. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Nailed from three-point land.
You have now got to respect the three-point shooting ability of Marcus Morris. He understands now he's got to take that shot.
Here's Vassell. His last outing, he had 18 points. Murray, no good.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
And Doris, we know that Paul George has always been a solid passer, but his assist numbers have been trending up.
Yeah, he's been willing of late to take on more playmaking responsibilities. The skill set was there. It's just early in his career, they needed him to be the lead scorer. Now you're talking about a guy you've got to game plan against as a scorer and as a passer.
And San Antonio has possession following the three-pointer by Nicholas Batum.
LA foul. Evita Zubac. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
San Antonio shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
Vassell at the line for 2.
And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. At the elbow, it's George. And Pirtle sends it back.
Very hard to get a shot off over Jakob Pirtle when he's that tight on you. Too much size, too much length.
Here's Primo. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. The offensive rebound.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Jackson in the corner. Back to George. Batum scanning the floor. Passes it to George. 5 to shoot. That shot off, and San Antonio will go the other way with it, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, tough environment. They were right there, but just missed some key shots.
You know what? Playing on the road is always challenging. It requires a level of energy and focus. You've got to match what the home team gives you, and they didn't do it.
Now, here is George. After the miss from Reggie Jackson, and Pirtle sends it back. And is on a bounce to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
Hartenstein, he's checked in for the Clippers. Norman Powell comes in for George. We've got 1:55 left here in the first quarter. And he knocks down the jumper. He's got 5.
Well, you can tell that Mr. Morris doesn't lack for confidence. This guy is ready to shoot as soon as it touches his hands.
It's intercepted. Batum against Richardson. Batum passes to Powell. 1:29 left to play in the first.
So you think about a guy like Norman Powell, who was really in the second round drafted because of elite athleticism and his defensive ability. But boy, has he turned himself into a scorer.
The Clippers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. And he makes the first.
And no question for Powell. It seems like better shot selection has led to better efficiency.
Yeah, I agree. That and the consistency from range. This guy can rise up under pressure and hit the jumper. And if you crowd him, he's going to put it on the deck and use that speed to go by you.
Spurs making a switch here. Bates Diop's checked in. Now, here's Walker. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Collins setting the pick for Walker. And it's blocked. And that's on a bounce. San Antonio will retain possession. .112 left to play in the first quarter.
And the defense not making things easy for them.
Again, the miss by the Spurs. To the middle. Man gets the bucket.
Building up a big early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Now, here's Richardson. 11 points for him in that last game against Minnesota. Walker the pass to Collins. The 7-footer falls.
Boy, not nearly tough enough inside on the defensive end. They made that all too easy for him.
Here's Coffey. Richardson covering. Takes it inside. It's hauled in by Bates Diop. Spurs trail by 9. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Here's Coffee. He gets that one.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
From deep, Richardson traps in the tray.
Josh Richardson.
Such a nice, smooth delivery by Josh Richardson. Range, yes, sir.
And that does it for the first quarter. Clippers lead by 8. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles.
Your Clippers.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
There's something else they've done right from the get-go tonight is run. So much of their offense coming on the fast break.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Paul George is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. Now, here's Richardson. Norman Powell unable to get his last shot to go. Murray finds Pirtle. Here's Vassell. 6 on the shot clock. That one goes in. And so many teams looking to space the floor. Greg, how many non-shooters can you play and still have a good offense?
Well, I think most teams go 4 out, meaning you got to have at least 4 guys that are a threat on the perimeter, keeping a vertical spacer at that dunker spot. But if your dunker can also shoot, man, that puts even more pressure on the defense.
Here's Vassell. Paul George making his last shot. Vassell, the pass to Richardson. Birtle sets the pick for Richardson. Fires from deep. He can't get that one to fall. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Victory eluded them last time in San Antonio when they took on the Spurs.
Well, I mean, they lost their last matchup with this team, and foul trouble really plagued them throughout the game.
Nothing wrong with aggression as long as you're smart about picking your spots. And let's see if they can be a bit more disciplined this evening.
A different look for the Clippers. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Batum in for Powell. 6 to shoot. Zubac a screen on Murray. Tries it from 19. And it's Primo with the rebound. Spurs trail by 8. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Murray, the pass to Primo. Outside for Murray. Over Jackson. No good off the back of the rim.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Here's George. Right side, Batum. Jackson against Murray. And the Clippers miss again. And Murray's got the ball here for San Antonio. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. He kicks to Johnson. To the wing on the left. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
First team foul.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the 3-point attempt.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And he's shooting his free throws to the tune of 75% this season. Fairly standard number.
He misses the free throw. And the Clippers making a switch here. Kennard's checked in. Good on the second free throw. And he nails the third. Los Angeles leading by 6. Unloads from 13. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
Well, just so good at taking advantage of the mid-range. Marcus Morris feels comfortable in that area.
Zubats against Murray. Now here is Pirtle. He's tightly guarded. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Pirtle's got his first points of the night.
Boy, getting his points the hard way. Jakob has to absorb contact and able to use his strength there.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Jackson against Murray. 5 on the clock. The 17-footer. Jackson misses. Spurs trail by 6. Pass to Pirtle. Here's Primo. Kennard covering.
2 minutes remain.
Here's Primo.
2 minutes.
The pass to Pirtle. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
Well, with big hands and nice touch, Pirtle knows how to finish in the post. This guy has a lot in his arsenal.
.136 left to play in the first half. Clippers moving the ball around to the inside. Here's Kennard. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Kennard's got his first bucket in this one.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
The loudest and craziest fans get a free T-shirt. Let's see it, fans. All right, look who's coming onto the court. Come on, get loud for your Clippers.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. And let's take this break to recognize some of the league's small forwards that have been on fire at the charity stripe for all of the past month. Josh Richardson, number 1.
And most impressive is that he's done it in the first quarter, in the clutch, whenever, as consistent as they come.
.119 left now here in the second. Jones kicks to Walker. Back to Jones. Outside, Walker. Jones with the screen on Kennard. Walker dishes to Richardson. 4 on the shot clock. Picked away. Here's Coffey. Richardson covering. Pass to man. Here's Coffey. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game. Sinks the triple. And now a 9-point Los Angeles lead.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Jones looking for an opening. Right wing. Collins setting the pick for Walker. Pass to Bates Diop. From deep. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Here's Mann, defended by Jones. Here's Hartenstein. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Here with Ty Lue. Good rhythm for your offense in the first half. What did you like about the start?
Moving the basketball, taking the right shot, making the right play. We make the extra pass, we're a tough team to beat.
And you were sure tough in the first half, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Welcome, everybody. The story tonight has been a solid showing through the first half for the Los Angeles Clippers.
The production they've gotten from their bench has been phenomenalistic. I don't know if that's a word, but it sounded good, Ernie. As we know, depth is important to any team's success. They're demonstrating that tonight. And who knows, it might give the starters a kick in the pants. No one wants to be outshined.
Shifting gears, let's look at the upcoming schedule.
In that game against the Warriors, it's going to be an uphill battle. This is where they'll be testing themselves. Everyone needs to be on the same page. You got to bring your A-plus game, not your A game.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Nice game. Great performance by Marcus Morris.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look they wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Clippers leading by 9 on the floor for San Antonio. The 4 and the 5, it's Johnson and Pirtle. Then there's DeJounte Murray, and it's Primo in at the 2 guard. Now here's Jackson, one of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to George. His 3-pointers off the mark. Spurs trail by 9. And there's the drive. Here's Primo, guarded by Jackson. Murray against George. To the paint. Now here is Pirtle. He's guarded closely. And Zubac with the block.
A moment to check out Marcus Morris here. How's this year going for him? He's averaging 15 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And what a luxury for them to have someone like him who can absolutely fill it up coming off the bench.
I love it. He knows they're looking for him to bring immediate offense, and he very rarely disappoints.
They retain possession. Screen by Zubac. Goes back up. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Primo, defended by George. Jackson against Murray. Pirtle with a screen on George. Primo, the pass to Murray. Good on the triple. Murray's got his second bucket tonight.
This guy, a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Left side, George. Now the pass to Jackson. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. Here's a look at the 2K leaderboard with a rundown of the league's best rebounding teams since the All-Star break. Number 5, the Spurs.
I mean, they just out-muscled their opponents under the glass. I mean, impressive rebounding numbers, and they've really only gotten better.
Here's Primo, defended by George. Primo, the pass to Pirtle. On the wing, Johnson. Into the lane. Shoots over Zubac. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Johnson. At the elbow, it's George. Takes it off the glass. George has got 6.
How about the dribble drive ability of Paul George, the quick handles for a guy his size.
Pass to Primo. Kicks it out to Johnson. Out left to the wing. Here's Vassell. Defended by Batum. Vassell, no good.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Right side, George. That one, no good. So the Spurs will take it the other way. Johnson, the pass to Primo. Murray outside. Birtle sets the pick for Murray. Free throw line jump shot. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's his second.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
The Spurs have shot 3 of 5 at the foul line.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
Free throw good, Murray. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And so Murray nails both of them. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Passes it to Powell. He takes it in. It's hauled in by Richardson. Spurs trail by 4. Murray outside. It's good. Murray's got 7 points for the quarter.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Walker against Powell. Kicks it out to Covington. Shoots the 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Covington's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Wow, pretty pass from Powell. This guy has great instincts as a scorer. That time sets up his teammate.
Pass to Murray. Again, the Spurs, good for 2.
Pretty dime there. The kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
We've got 1:08 left here in the third quarter. Here's Powell, and the shot goes in. And the Clippers lead by 5.
Wow, with contact in the restricted area, Norman Powell, pretty play.
Walker against Powell. Walker taking his time here. Collins passes to Bates-Diop. Shot clock at 5. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Murray, good.
Well, this quarter has been all about this guy. He is trying to close the gap in the score.
And there's the pass to Coffey. Pass to Mann. And another 3 for the Clippers.
How about the timing? Can be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Now Murray. Puts it up from 12, and the Spurs scoring again.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Got to fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Clippers ahead, up by 4. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
It's the fourth quarter.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Ivica Zubac is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Powell in at the 2. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Now here is Pirtle. Stolen by Jackson. George up top. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Walker with the rebound.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Jones dishes to Pirtle. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
You love to see him powering through the contact to get the bucket and one. Pirtle with a show of some strength.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Clippers.
What a tremendous showing from the three-pointer all through this game.
Yeah, something else that stands out tonight is how many assists they have.
Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Batum comes in for Norman Powell. Now here's Jackson. Back to George. Passes it to Zubac. And Batum kicks to Jackson. From deep. The shot will not fall. Now San Antonio takes it the other way.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Richardson outside to take the lead. The Clippers grab the miss. They've led by as many as 11 points. Johnson against Batum. Over in the corner, Zubac. Upside Jackson. San Antonio with the rebound. Pirtle's got 5 rebounds tonight. Richardson gets a wide open look. Hits the three-point bomb.
You have to be prepared to shoot on the catch. Teammate wants to deliver it. You've got to make it. Josh Richardson, deadly.
On the wing, George. Plays it up and banks it in. And the Clippers lead by 1.
I love the tenacity. Terrific move at a crucial point in this game.
That is not settling. That is going for a high percentage look at a critical time. Nicely done.
Jones the pass to Primo. Pirtle with a screen on George. Inside. Pirtle inside. Working on Zubac. Los Angeles has gone 5-9 when they put up a three-point shot tonight. Batum dishes to George. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. They shoot again. Basket counts.
Well, this is a specialty of Paul George. Mid-range game, yes, that's in the arsenal.
Jones the pass to Primo. Pirtle sets the pick for Johnson. Driving inside. Kicks it out to Jones. Pass to Primo. To the paint. Here's Pirtle. A stupendous finish in traffic.
This team loves it when Pirtle can make an impact on the offensive glass. There's a lot of ways he can get his points, but this is an easy one.
Now here's Jackson. The pass to George. It's tipped, and he gets it back.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Batum against Richardson. Second chance shot, and right through it goes. San Antonio calls timeout. They're behind by 3. We've got 1:55 left here in the 4th quarter. A different look now for San Antonio. Vassell, he's checked in for Josh Richardson, and it's DeJounte Murray in for Jones. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Greg Popovich talk to his team. He said to them, that's the kind of effort we need to bring every night. We're right in this thing. But it's going to take sustained effort to close it out. Now let's bring it home. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Here's George. Following the score by DeJounte Murray. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
There are nights where it's impossible to stop Paul George. He is such a strong guy who knows how to convert through these plays.
At the line for LA. At the charity stripe, Paul George. One shot.
That free throw good from George.
Well, consistency is so critical, especially in clutch moments. This guy has got that gene.
Here's Murray up on top, guarded by Jackson. And Murray, here we go. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to do better defensively.
Now, here's Batum to the wing right side. Zubac's in the post. Defended by Pirtle. Batum with the 3. And Pirtle pulls it down. Johnson finds Murray. Back to Johnson. 46 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Out to the right wing to take the lead. Knocks down the trifecta.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Your Clippers. Come on, fans. Stand up. Make some noise.
There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now, here's George. Defense right on him. Zubac, a screen on Johnson. 5 on the clock. 3-pointer. And again, it's the Clippers missing. And they commit an intentional foul. See another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile 1 block.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
Paul George with the steal.
Crucial play defensively there. He had an understanding of what the situation was and just went for it.
That's his second personal foul. Third team foul. Shooting for San Antonio. Josh Primo, 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 3-point game.
A bit of heroics at the line right there as he bumps their lead to 3 and makes things a little easier for them defensively.
Let's get some noise. We are the Spurs.
9 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Can't get the 3 to fall. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
That's his third personal foul. Fourth team foul. At the line for the Spurs, Josh Primo. At the line for 2.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. Can't get it to fall. And so it's San Antonio who's scrape by with the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now, we present the New Balance Player of the Game, DeJounte Murray.